we're going to be reviewing the Morphe PR box back like 2 months ago. If you watch my last video of me reviewing the Cloud Like powders, then you know that I had mentioned that if Morphe sees my video, I would love for them to send me blushes because I don't really have blushes. And they sent me blushes, thank God. It's also a prayer. I asked God for this and God delivered, and they sent me this and I was so happy. We will be reviewing the new blush set from Morphe. So if you're not new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Cristina. And if you are returning followers, welcome back. Without further ado, let's get into this unboxing. So just to give you guys a quick reset on how this all happened. First, I want to say that I've always loved Morphe products from when they were launching back in 2016, 2015. I was in that era where I was doing a lot of colorful and fun makeup. I would never believe and think and dream that I would get these types of makeup, and I've always wanted that. And I dreamed of having that, but I had to work super hard. Little consejito that I would love to tell all my little girls, or to any girly that wants to be a content creator, you can do it. You just have to be consistent and keep trying, even when things don't show up the way you expect them in your favor. Just keep trying and don't give up, and always pray. Always pray to God, because God always gives us the desires to our heart, but when it's the right time. And this is a testimony to show you guys. The box comes with a whole bunch of shades, and some of them you may think that they're bronzers, but they're actually blushes. So we're gonna go through all of them. They all have names. We have Blind Date, Cabana Club, Wine Dine, Sunset, Swim, After Party, Apres-ski, and Beach Bonfire. I'm also going to show you guys how it looks, so you guys kind of get the whole packaging. So the best part is that they are almost dupes to Patrick Ta, but to be honest, I really think these are even way better, because you get your money's worth out of these. And they range from nude to more brighter and cooler tones. The first one we're going to be opening is Blind Date, and this is how it looks. The packaging is super cute. It's like a mauve blush, and then as soon as you open it, it comes with 3 sets. You get your cream, you get a highlighter blush, and then you get the actual blush, and they all come in 3 sets. One is a shimmer, one is just matte, and then this is the cream itself. I'm going to swatch it so you guys can see how it looks. This is so cool because back then I used to love swatches, so I'm going to show you how this applies. So we're going to start off with Blind Date, and we're going to start off with the blush first. It's very pigmented, but you can build it up as it goes. This is the cream shade. Now we're going to go in with the highlighters. And mind you guys, these are so buttery and so soft, so they glide on super easy and they're not patchy. Look how beautiful it just looked. It just glided on so perfectly. We have the pink shade. This one might be a little bit difficult, but it's very light, but like I said, it's very buildable and very pigmented. So you get to decide how you want to do your makeup, but if you're a natural girly, this will be perfect for you, because I love these type of looks. I love a natural look, but if you like to be a little bit more full glam and intensify that blush, these colors more pigmented as you blend in as much as you want to go. This is the shade Blind Date. I just had to take off my glasses because my glasses was getting a little bit foggy. Okay, the next shade is called Cabana Club. Now this one you guys will think, oh, it's like a red tone. It's more for deeper, darker tones, but lighter complexions also can use these colors. Not to mention that every shade from Morphe's blush collection is inclusive to all skin types. So don't ever feel like this won't go with your look or it won't match. Every blush shade looks great on all skin types. I said they run in 3 shades. It's so hard because I go through all of them and I love each and every one of them, but it's so hard to pick sometimes what mood I want to feel in, especially January. So Cabana Club is mostly to me like a summery shade, but you can also build this up and use this as a fall shade. This is how pigmented they are. Like I mentioned, they're super buildable, and you can even use this on your lips. I've also tried this on my lips. That is how Cabana Club the blush looks like. Now we're going to swatch the highlighter, which is this shade here. And like I said, it's super buttery, you guys. So it applies so good for a drugstore blush. Look at how pigmented is that. You can even use this as a red lip. We're going to use the powder, and you see how nice it glides on. So for deeper shades, especially on the lips, this will look so beautiful, especially for the summertime. So if you're looking for a summer shade or summer blush just to pop off for the summer or spring season, this blush will definitely be it for you. But these are the shades, and they're super pretty. Shade is going to be Wine and Dine. This one is one of my favorite, especially for the fall season. And they're super pretty for all skin types, especially for like brown or deeper skin tone. This will definitely look so good. And you can even use this as an eyeshadow. As y'all see, it's so easy to blend. Usually I use this with the brushes, but today we're just gonna, I'm giving you your first experience on how it actually looks. And you know how like some blushes are patchy? These don't do that. Like you could see right here, the proof is that it's just gliding on my skin so good. Go in with the highlighter shade, and as y'all can see how soft and smooth it just glides on my finger. Now I'm going to glide it on my forearm so you guys can see how beautiful is that. Last but not least, our blush shade. She is super pretty. I even used this on my last tutorial when I was doing the Kylie Jenner makeup 2016 makeup, and this was one of the eyeshadows that I used for that look. And these are super vibrant, and they're so pigmented, so you get a lot for your bang of your buck. The shade we're going to be using is Sunset Swim. I even have Sunset Swim on, and believe it or not, this can kind of be a little bit tricky because when you look at it, you think automatically it's a bronzer, but it's actually a blush. I love to use Sunset Swim and After Party as a bronzer. So these are like super perfect if you don't want to go spending bronzers. Like these blushes will be perfect for like that bronzing shade, and they're super pigmented, by the way. So let's go ahead and swatch. So I'm going to start off with Sunset Swim, and you already know like I'm hitting super pan on this bronzer, and I feel like it's going to be the first one that is going to be gone in my blush kit because it's that good. But look how nice and pretty it glides. It almost looks just like a bronzer. Oh, I accidentally digged, or my son digged his nail there. So if you see a little damage, we're gonna leave it to be continued. So this is the highlighter shade. I'm going in order so you guys can see how beautiful these look. Look how beautiful that shimmer is for the highlighter blush. You can apply this as an eyeshadow, as your blush, highlighter on your nose. I like to universal with my makeup, and with these shades, you can do anything on your face with them. That's the best part about Morphe's products. Lastly, we're going to use the powder. The powder's a little bit more shimmery, but it's still matte, and you can still build this up. It's very natural, but it's pigmented. Next shade is shade After Party. This is another one of my favorites. I like to blend out between Sunset Swim and this shade. We're going to go over it. You could tell how much I love these as bronzers, and I love using them because, believe it or not, they give me the same amount of coverage just like a high end. I used to have Patrick Ta's blushes, but this here topped it all because you get 3 instead of 2. That is the cream shade. We're now going to go in with the highlighting shade. And like I said, you guys, you're going to love these blushes because, believe it or not, they're super smooth and they're not patchy. There's some blushes that will be like patchy and it's hard to blend, especially if you're like more into like natural makeup, more into like really full glam. These blushes do that for you. I'm going to apply the powder. Look how beautiful these are Now, the next shade is more like a very girly pink vibe. So if you are that type of girly that loves pink, or you're just a Barbie pink girl, then this shade here will be your best friend. Now, I have a hard time pronouncing this name. This is called Apricot Ski or Sky. But when I tell you that it looked exactly different from how the packaging looks, don't get scared. It might look a little bit like too pink, but believe me, for olive skin tone, if you're my complexion, deeper, darker, or even lighter, this will look beautiful on you. That because I've also used this shade for my Victoria's Secret tutorial. If you haven't checked it out, I will link the video here so you guys can check it out. But this is how the shade looks. The cream is super pretty and is very buildable. And like I said, these blushes are so pigmented. Like you really do get exactly what you want from these blushes, and they have the most beautiful iridescent highlighter, shimmer, anything that you want in a blush. It all comes included with the packaging. Is the powder, and I'm running out of air, but this is how they look. It looks almost like Barbie's dream house. If you're really into these type of looks or pigment or colors, you will really love the Apricot Sky. I love this, and I also sometimes wear this as an eyeshadow. Not least, my favorite one, y'all see I do have the color on. If you see the difference, it looks so pretty. This one is my peachy shade. I use this for all season around. It is such a pretty color, and you get every single pigment from this blush. I love using this. Almost all of the blushes, I love them, but this one I always cling to the most because it just gives me like that nice bright pinch me moment type of blush, and almost like a sunburnt look. But I love it because it's so natural, so pretty, but it's very buildable. This is the blush, so let me show you. This one is my favorite. I try not to use too much because I use this blush so much. This is how the peachy one looks. Now, like I said, it's very natural, but it's very buildable. The highlighter, so you guys can see the difference. The highlighter is super pretty. I also sometimes add this in my inner corner or on top as just a highlighter. Whenever I don't want to wear like a matte blush, I'll probably go in with like these two, and it still gives me like that beautiful shine to my skin. And as y'all can see, it just gives me like that beautiful glow. Now I'm going to add the powder. The powder is very matte, very peachy, matte, but it does give you a lot coverage. Now, I know I love this, and as y'all can see, I use this so much in my everyday makeup routine. Show you guys how beautiful it looks. So I'm going to try the blush shade here. And I'm telling you guys, this is very universal, so you can use this basically anywhere on your face. And like I said, it gives you the best coverage ever, and I love it. Blushes are satin and velvet cream, so you get your money's worth out of this. This price for all of these individually are $19. So if you're looking for that perfect blush shade, or you're just trying to get a collection out of your blushes, mind you, FYI, you don't need all these blushes just to get the perfect shade for your everyday makeup look, or something that you just want to try and you just want to stick to one shade. You can do that. But I really believe that these do give you your bang for your buck because they do have so much pigment. They're super velvety. In my opinion, they are like high quality, and like I said, you get your money's worth out of these blushes. You don't have to go out spending so much money. Believe me, I've tried so many high-end, and I even had, you know, the dupes of even Patrick Ta's blushes, but they can never amount to Morphe's. Like they just can't. Patrick Ta, no shade. Believe it or not, like Patrick Ta's blushes, you get a powder and a cream shade. And with the Morphe palette, you actually get 3 shades, which is a highlighter, a cream, and a powder. So tell me if that's not a deal. So anyways, I hope you guys got to enjoy my little quick unboxing and swatches of the new Morphe blushes. I am so out of breath, but believe me, I love every single one of these blushes. Like I said, you don't have to go out and buy the whole collection. If you want to, you can, to do like a little collection of Morphe. If not, you can easily just pick out whichever shades you want. I know before I found out that I was receiving PR, I went to Ulta and I wanted to just pick out 2 shades, and the ones that stand out the most to me was this one and this one, because I didn't have a bronzer. So even though it was a blush, I was like, I can make things work and I can use it to the best of my advantage, because any makeup can be universal, and there's anything that says you have to do it a certain way. You do your makeup however you feel comfortable. The 2 shades I was actually going to go pick up, and then when Morphe surprised me in my front doorstep this whole collection, I was so happy. I was very humbled and very grateful for this opportunity. And I just wanted to share with you guys that if you are a smaller creator and you believe that you have the talent, or you love doing these types of reviews, unboxing, hauls, or you just love to share and give tips about makeup, this here is the proof where you can achieve and get to your dream, to do where you want to be with content creation. It does take time, but believe me, the consistency, whether you work hard, you don't look at the views all the time, because I know they can be discouraging. I was the same way. Still to this day, sometimes I am. But believe me, every time you mention a brand's name and you use their products consistently, every single time, they don't. Pray to God, and believe me, your desires of your heart will come true, because Jesus makes anything happen just like that in a snap of his finger. I hope you guys got to enjoy this whole collection, and let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. So that is it for today. Before I leave, I'm going to read you guys a scripture, because I want to start doing this, and sometimes I says consistency, but I haven't been on my game with it. So I'm going to leave off with one scripture. We're going to read John 4:17, and it says, "The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, You had well said, I have no husband. For you had 5 husbands, and whom you now had is not your husband. And that said thou truly." So this is God speaking to the lady at the well, Samaritan woman. When Jesus was explaining that she doesn't have a husband, he explained to her that she did have a husband. She had 5, but the one that she did have wasn't her husband. And the first one was her husband. And God still didn't judge her. Explain that, yes, she had this and this and this in her past, but he still seen the good in her. I remember this scripture, especially in the series of Chosen, where the woman, like, she explains to Jesus, like, I don't think you know me, you know, I'm this, that, like, you wouldn't want to be next to me because I'm perceived as this, and everybody just knows who I am, and they don't like me. I've seen everything, her flaws, everything that she has done, and he still didn't judge her. He told her everything, but out of love, and told her that he is Christ. And she believed, because she knew. She's like, nobody else knows this about me except you, and only you would know, because you're him, you're the guy, you're God, and you're God in spirit. And like God said, he said, God is a spirit. They that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So I'm going to leave it off there. I hope I will be doing more of these type of makeup unboxing hauls. But if you do enjoy all of these things, please don't forget to comment down. Let me know which were your favorite blush shades if you're going to be purchasing. Don't forget to share me some loves, and I will make sure that I revert back to you guys. Always love reading your comments, and it makes my day, and I take time out of my day to go each and love and like and comment back on my video on these amazing products that I like. Subscribe and hit that bell for every time I upload a new video, because your girl needs it, and plus it helps my video out so much and the algorithm, and it pushes out more of my content. And I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Mucho besito. Dios lo bendiga. Adios.